Hi, y'all, and welcome to Witchy Shit and Manga Lit with Carta and Rawiyah. We are back. I know y'all will have heard a few episodes before now, but this is us returning from a break to record. And so it's been a while, so this episode may be really long. I am really high, and I'm excited to reconnect with Carta. And yeah, and we're excited to reconnect with y'all. So um, let's get into it. How are you doing, Carta?
Oh my god. Okay, first of all, I miss you so much. Like, I feel bereft and, like, I'm getting withdrawal symptoms, obviously, because 2
It's
weeks
been a
is too
while.
long. It's too long. It's too long.
It's too long.
It's like I already have time blindness, so it feels like it was a month and a half, even though it absolutely was not that long. But, yeah, no, I've been really busy too, so we have a ton of stuff to talk about.
Cool.
I'm sure you have as well.
If I can remember it, like these besides this, it's been a blur. It's been a absolute fucking blur. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but and I thought I was gonna be able to record on a few days ago, but like, yeah, we're actually normally we record on Saturdays, so we're recording on a Monday today because I was traveling on Saturday because I got my times mixed up. I thought I was traveling on Sunday, but I actually was traveling on Saturday. I'm the type of person that if you're like, let's go on a trip together, I'm like, great. And then I surrender all foreknowledge of what is happening. Like,
Having been on trips before with you, yes, this is true. And it's extra wild when we go places together because I don't plan anything. So we just kind of wander around like nomads in the city finding fun
like
things
this is
to do,
good.
which is very fun.
It is very fun. And normally I'm very like controlled and stuff like that, but when I'm going somewhere with somebody and like I trust and love them, I'm just like, it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. YOLO, but calmly,
A
but
a
gently, gently
gentle
YOLO.
logo.
So what have you been into? Tell me. I'm gonna eat
Oh
my
my
sandwich
god.
while you tell me what you've been doing.
Um, okay, so I'm gonna start off with something wild. So I'm gonna let you have that bite because you might choke. It
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. Wait, let me
So,
swallow. That's what she said.
spoiler alert for the audience because this one absolutely threw me for a loop, and it is about
hmm
Oshinoko,
Oh,
because
what happened?
I got caught up in the manga, and I'm
Uh
just
huh.
like, again, caveat, this is a heavy, heavy spoiler. It is current manga information. This is like 3 seasons out from the anime. It's not gonna happen anytime soon,
Oh
but,
my god, because they have to catch up on the manga too. But I don't. I
yes.
don't. I never mind a spoiler.
There's an incest arc.
No!
That was my that's why I said, "Don't have a sandwich in your mouth." It is gonna be a problem.
Sure that wasn't gonna happen for two reasons. Let me tell you the two reasons. I was like, it's not gonna happen. It's always an chance and stuff like this, but it's not gonna happen. One, because he was an older doctor and she was a younger girl, and two, they can't stand each other right now. Like they can't. I mean, they're brother and sister, but like they
Okay,
like he's there. Oh, oh my god,
let
my
me tell
brain.
you the incandescent rage that I've been feeling for 2 weeks and being unable to talk to you about it. So,
Oh my
um,
god.
first off, I was telling my friend who, like, I talk to on Discord sometimes, and I was like, "Hey," so, she was like, "Do you recommend any good anime that I haven't seen, blah, yada?" And I'm like, "Well, Oshinoko's really good. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to hold off on that one for now because my friend from France told me that there's an incest arc. And I'm like, excuse me? Baking powder since when? And she's like, no, no, no. He said so. And I trust him. He's like caught up on the manga. And I'm like, well, you know, a bitch can speed read. So the next day I read like 60 chapters just to get caught up. And first off, like the actual murder mystery plot fucking slaps. It keeps going. Their dad's a serial killer. Like, it's
Oh shit.
amazing. Yeah. Yeah. And he kills people inadvertently. Like, his way of serial killing is by like making everyone have accidents. It's insane. Like, he's
Oh
super
my god.
evil. And like, I really want to see where that goes. But then like at chapter 122, they both confirm that they don't see each other as siblings. And then chapter 123, she finds out he's the doctor. And that is when it went downhill. Because
Oh,
basically,
after she found, that would
yeah,
be
because
even more reason to not.
they had like a giant fight, because again, like you said, they hated each other. They were not getting along at all. And so after this fight though, um,
Mm-hmm.
she is like basically crying into her pillow with the keychain that she found on the doctor's dead body, right? And he shows up and says, "Oh, so you were her the whole time." And she's like, "Sensei?" And like freaks the fuck out. And
Wait a
like,
second. Wait a second. Wait a second. So he had an inkling.
oh, he knew the whole time. He knew since day
Oh my god.
one. I remember that. Like,
Oh.
he knew and like was like, I'm gonna let this simmer. I'm not gonna do anything about it. But I think he also knew that she 1000% would do something about it and was just holding back. But so, I'm expecting, as that episode ends and she said, "You said you would marry me when I was 16 and I'm 16 now."
No.
Yes.
No, fam. No. No. Okay.
Ah.
No,
And
fam. No.
so, like, in my heart, I'm like, he's gonna shut her down like a brick wall this next episode. And it was not addressed at all. In the next episode, they show up and she is like in his lap all over him. And the
Oh
other
my
girls from
god.
the band are like, what the fuck is
What the
going
fuck
on
is going on?
here?
Having the appropriate fucking response?
Yeah, and literally what Aqua says is, I'm just gonna let her do whatever she wants. So I'm like, well, this comic is off my roster now
Oh my
because
god.
what the
I
fuck?
can never recommend it.
Right? And it's like, it's
This
so
can't be.
far in the future. Everyone standing this anime so hard has no idea that Twincest is on the road. You know what I mean?
No
Like,
fucking clue. Oh my god.
yeah, I'm so
Oh
I
my
like I
god.
I think I ranted to Ron about it for like an hour straight the other day. And he's just like, "Yeah, wow, that's wild."
Oh my god. Oh my god. I
Mhm.
I don't have anything. I've got nothing, friend. I've got
Right?
nothing. That is the story had so much going for it already. It didn't
I
need
know.
a twin cest arc.
Like, the story, amazing. The characters I actually care about. And then they pull this bullshit. I'm so upset. I am so upset about it, and I'm so mad that the soundtrack slaps so hard.
So hard. So fucking hard, fam.
Oh, I have
Oh,
feelings. I have so many feelings about it. Um, yeah,
oh
so
man.
that has been taking up a significant amount of brain space
Yeah, I
in
can
my
see how.
life.
Jesus.
And, like,
Everybody's
it
just watching it to see how I eat a salad, which is hilarious to me because don't like forks.
then why not use chopsticks?
Oh yeah. Well, my hands are right here, so
I mean, fair.
here we go.
Your hands are there. I'm just saying
Mm-hmm.
for the future, because I also prefer chopsticks to everything else. I've started eating chips with chopsticks because I don't like getting chip shit on my hands and having to lick it off because
Yeah.
that's annoying.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm like stunned. I'm stunned. I tell you, I am fucking stunned. Like I am legit stunned.
Yeah, and I knew you would be. And, like, in my heart, when my friend told me that, I'm like, "There's no way, there's no fucking way." I started talking to Zach about
Yeah.
it immediately because he's also caught up on the manga, and he's like, "No way would this author do this to us." And I'm like, "Bro, the author did it to us." The author doesn't give a shit. And I can't read it because
They
since he
don't really
didn't
care about us.
right, like, I'm like, "It's so far in. Everyone's gonna be so shocked. This is gonna be this is this generation's Vampire Knight."
So shocked and so sad.
This is this generation's Vampire Knight where they're gonna be like, "Wait, he's her grandpa and they're gonna bone? What?" No. No, this is actually worse than that though, because 'cause they're twins. They're
Yeah.
fucking twins. I am and oh, no, Zach pointed out in the
God.
comments, people are like, "Hey, maybe their kid will be I reincarnated," and I'm like, "You fuckers. That is not where we're going with
You
this."
sick fucks.
What the hell?
What?
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Wow,
still
you've
upset
been
about it.
sitting on that one.
That's why I was like, I will
You didn't even
contain
text me.
myself. Barely. I told you, I was like, I am vibrating with things to tell you. And that was the number one thing. Like, I have a bunch of other shit to talk about, but that one was the one that has been literally eating the inside of my brain for
Oh my
2
God.
weeks since no, 3 weeks since it came out. And I was like, "Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh, why?" I was hoping
because I have
I was
not
hoping
caught up at all.
I was hoping last
You're hoping that it
issues
wasn't
I was
that they were gonna
hoping that it
resolve
would get
it.
shut down, it would get resolved, I wouldn't have to worry about opening up the next chapter and seeing them making out for no reason, but that is not that my hopes were dashed immediately. Not that, like, honestly, even if he shut her down super hard, it would still put a stain on it. Because the instant
Yeah.
one twin says to the other, "Marry me," in a very legitimate and real way, that goes beyond
Yeah.
siscon brocon. That is that is
Yeah.
clearly into
Yep.
inappropriate territory. So
Yep.
mad.
I started watching Revolutionary Girl, Utena,
Mhm.
and the sister is super in love with her brother in that one too.
Yeah, that one, they get weird, and what's even more interesting is if you read any of like so the director of that anime is basically an artistic genius, and the entire anime is a metaphor for
Oh,
psychological
really?
issues. So, yeah, um, even though there's, like, a bunch of, bro cis type of stuff happening in there, it's actually like a Freudian archetype, essentially, in anime
Oh,
form.
okay.
Yeah,
Because
like,
there's some
watching
wild shit happening in there. I'm
oh,
like, what is
no, the
going on
show is
here?
unhinged.
It's
There is
random
nothing
as fuck.
normal about Utena. It is all over the place. Um,
Hmm.
and then 2 more shows, I watched recently are, uh, like, inappropriate to the point I cannot recommend them, but I've had fun with them both.
I love when you can't recommend shit. That's like the top of my stuff to watch list. I'm like, oh, you can't recommend it? Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's going on immediate.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so, do you remember when Zach was on and he recommended Mushoku Tensei, for one of the
Yes.
isekai ones? Yeah, so,
Mm-hmm.
I watched it. I watched the 1st season. The 2nd season is just coming out now. It's on the same schedule as Jujutsu Kaisen. Um, so we're waiting for the 2nd season, but we, like, blasted through that 1st season in a week, and it's 24 episodes. Yeah, it is it is real inappropriate. Like,
Oh
to the
my
point that
God.
I was, like, yelling at him in text for ending it. I was like, "Look, jerk. What are you doing? What is this scene here?" And he's like, "Look, I warned you about this scene and this scene." I'm like, "Okay, fair, you did. But what about this scene?" And he's like, "Oh,
You
to be
did, but
honest, I
still.
completely forgot about that one." I was like, but the animation, bonkers good. The soundtrack, excellent. The story, really, really in-depth and good. Like, the world building itself is excellent on it. I just, like, there's enough inappropriateness that I would literally not recommend it to anyone. I will be watching season 2,
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
though. Like, I want to warn you about those scenes, but I don't wanna spoil it at the same time. So, hmm, what do you want?
I'm gonna watch it and then I'm gonna have a reaction. I'm gonna share my reaction with you. So
Okay,
let me
I'll
watch the
let you
fuckery
go in raw.
first.
That's fine.
Let me see. Let me make sure it's on my list before we let go of that part of the conversation because I will forget. It's on Crunchyroll, right?
Of course it is. Like 90%
I
of what I
just
watch is.
added The Stranger by the Shore, which is supposed to be
Oh,
queer.
Stranger by the Seasides? Yes, oh my god. So I read the 1st
Yeah.
book. It's so good. It's so good.
Okay,
Umide no
cool. Cuz
étranger. I don't know why it's in French, though. It's kinda
yeah,
weird.
they're calling it a different thing here. They on Crunchyroll, it's A Stranger by the Shore, but the main character is Shun Hashimoto
Mhm.
and Mio Chibana. That sounds right?
It should be correct. Stranger by the Seaside is what the manga is called, so they may have just
Yeah.
changed seaside to shore.
And
It's
there's
not.
French in the title. So yeah, I think it's the same
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, the title is
But
the
I can't wait
Umide
to
no
read that,
étranger.
watch that.
Yeah, so the
Yes.
it's super sweet.
Okay,
It's
so what's
very,
this one
very
you don't
sweet.
recommend?
So the second one I don't recommend
I
is
can't wait.
called, How Not to Summon a Demon
No, no,
Lord.
no.
Oh,
Go
Mushoku
back to the
Tensei.
first one. Go
Mushoku
back to the
Tensei.
uh, spell it Mush. Found it.
OKU. That didn't take long.
Jobless reincarnation.
Correct, yes.
Okay, I can't wait. Okay. Now what's the second one so that I can watch that one too?
So it's called How Not to Summon the Demon Lord, and it's
Okay.
basically hentai.
Ugh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, it is on my list. It's added to my watch list and I'm adding it to my Crunchyroll list called Dre Recommends Without Recommending.
Dre says, "Do not watch this." So I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna run to I'm gonna run to you.
Ah,
So
wow.
tell me about this one.
So basically it's another isekai. And this guy is basically he played a demon lord in a video game, and then he gets summoned into the other world by two girls, and basically it's the world of the game, kind of, but not. And he gets summoned as his avatar from the game, the demon lord Diablo. And
Okay.
because he has a reflect ring, when the two girls try to um, enslave him like you do with summons, it reverses, so it enslaves them instead. But
Oh
he
no.
Yeah. He doesn't use it inappropriately though. He's like basically a shut-in virgin and doesn't know what to do with girls. So, like a lot of it is very funny and most of it is the girls being inappropriate with him, but there is so much groping. There is just so much groping and nudity in this show. I swear to fucking God.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. It sounds like my jam.
Yeah, it is terrible but also hilarious and very fun to watch. I was
Okay,
screaming through half of it.
it's
It
on the
was
list. I'm gonna watch it.
Other things that I wanted to talk about. One, okay, I realized something recently
Mm-hmm.
in that I don't read very much GL. And I realized why when so I grabbed a couple of GL books when I was going through and buying too many BL books. Because I was like, mix it up, mix it up, mix up the gay. And one of them was called like Nakamura-san Won't Take a Licking. And it from the cover, it looks like
Wait,
a Yankee
won't
girl.
won't she won't take a licking?
Correct. As in
Okay,
like a
all right,
fight. She
okay.
won't take a licking.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah.
I'm with you.
So it from the cover, it looked like Yankee girl versus like class president, like enemies to lovers type of thing, which I was like, I'm into this. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be super cute. And I was wrong. It was basically the class president using her doing Yankee shit as a reason to assault her all the time, constantly.
Oh
Yeah, it meant
no!
licking literally, just licking her whole body constantly. Um, and that is when I realized something. So, the reason why I don't buy as much GL as I do BL is that even though a lot of BL is made by women for women to view, it's basically shoujo romance with boning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still
Yeah,
a
I know
love
exactly what you
story.
mean.
It's something that I will enjoy because it's a love story, and, the way that the relationship dynamics work are usually very interesting. Yeah, there are some that are kind of unsavory and you don't wanna read, but, like, I would say that's 20% of all of them, but 80% of them are still very decent and good to read.
Mhm.
And that is because it is made for the female gaze, if you know where I'm going with this.
I know exactly where you're going, and fuck. Fuck, 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 'cause it doesn't have to be this way.
Yeah. So I realized that I find it incredibly unsavory when GL is made specifically for the male gaze, and I cannot stand it. And because you can't tell because the cover looked fucking adorable, um, you can't tell until you get into the book as to whose gaze it was made for, and because a lot of the authors are not American, I can't always, gender the author's name, which is fine. I don't mind that when I'm reading BL. But apparently, it's important when I'm reading GL.
And it's also different when queer writers are writing for their queers,
Yes.
which I think in that anthology you gave me and some of the other ones you gave me,
Mhm.
that are outside of my room on one of the bookshelves in our main sitting room next to
Mhm.
my bell hooks. I have bell hooks that I have the queer manga that you have sent me over time, which I love, that they're next to each other. Um, but it's different when you have queer writers
Mhm. Yeah.
writing queer stories about queer relationship dynamics, and you could tell, you could just feel it. It's just there, it doesn't feel icky. And when you're writing, and I've seen this, not it's like it's not just in like anime or in like it's in books too, but
Mhm.
it's in, oh my
Yeah.
god, y'all, I'm so high. I'm so high. But it's so much in porn. Like when I started watching queer porn, I really got to see how like two women together in queer porn is so much more like leaves me feeling with like it's hot, but it's also like a relief too
Mhm.
at the same time. There's a porn company out here um in the Bay Area, and I wish I could remember the name of it. I might have to scream down the hall for one of my roommates to be like, "What's that queer porn?" Da 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 da. But some of my friends actually shot porn with them, and one of the things that stuck with me is like there's this whole sequence where they're playing with each other's bellies, like they're just like grabbing each other's bellies, like, "Ha ha, I love your belly, I love your belly, I love your belly." Like
That's
it's
awesome.
just, isn't it? It was just
Yeah.
like this is so queer, and this is so like actually loving on the body, and you could tell that the scene was directed by queer people and self-directed by queer people, and
Was it
it was just
Crash Pad?
amazing. Yes, it is Crash Pad. You can find anything.
I can.
But
Give me
it
a
makes a
single pop, I'll find
difference.
it. It does, it really does, and, like, you can tell because I read the volume of it that I do, I can tell whose voice it is telling me the story. Like, Bada reads completely differently than most BL. It actually most Bada that I've read removes the romance part. It's literally just a story that involves dudes fucking. And you know, it has a different flavor. It's still very good, obviously, but, like, it just it has a different flavor, and you can tell what and honestly, you can tell whether the audience or the author legitimately cares about their characters' experiences or not. Do you know what I'm saying? I think
I know exactly what you're saying.
with queer authors, they're gonna automatically care about the subject, so we automatically
Yeah.
care about the characters too. But
Yes.
there are some authors who aren't overtly queer who do that same thing. Like the series that I sent you, with the Love Me for Who I Am, you can tell that
Oh
that
my
author
god, I read the
actually
first one and
cares.
yes.
Cares about the
Yes.
characters that they're writing. They care about their experiences and their love and their journey through who they are as a person. And you like I love that about it. So when I'm reading from an author who obviously gives a shit about the experience they're giving their character, it's a richer read. And I feel like we were actually having a long discussion about characters and how you view characters. And I realized
Mhm.
something else I realized today that I wanted to talk about. In dealing with characters, because 'cause I've been exploring characters more when I've been doing more art and stuff and, like, doing my original characters and, like,
Mhm.
taking on other people's characters, and I realized that when, um when I'm watching stuff with other people or talking about stuff with other people, they will often say, like, "Oh, yeah, I totally identify with this character and blah yada, and I see myself in them and this and that." And I started to realize I don't really do that. Like, I feel a kindred
Oh, tell
spirit with
more.
certain characters, but I have
Uh-huh.
never fully been like, "Oh, that character is me." You know what I mean? And I know that
Yeah.
happens for other people, so, like, I almost feel jealous that it hasn't happened for me, but I also
Oh.
realized why it hasn't happened for me. And it's because
Mm.
I get so into stories that I see other characters as actual people, like fully embodied people with their own
Ah.
stories, ideals, and everything. So I can't identify as them because they're their own person. Like I wouldn't identify as a friend. I couldn't identify as you. You're your own person even though we like click so well. So the way that I love characters is the way that I love my friends in that like I really really love certain character types, but I don't like identify as them.
See, that's also why you be getting fucked up. Like you be getting fucked up. Like, that's why it should be breaking your soul.
Yes. To be fair, that is why I'm sobbing 90% of the time when we're watching shit. Even Demon Slayer got me breaking down like 8 times that last season.
Oh my god. Yo, the last end of that last arc was like I was so emotional, especially when they did that like they started doing that long ass tribute to Nezuko. I
Ugh,
was like, why the fuck are you doing a tribute? Why the fuck are you doing a tribute? Did you find they just fucking with us?
Yeah,
They just fucking
they were
rude. Fucking rude.
rude.
They had me. They had. How long was that fucking like? I was even watching it, feeling sad, thinking this is the longest goodbye sequence ever. Like they let that drag on. They let us be in our feelings like that for a long time before
They
they
did.
let us. Before they were like
Yeah.
surprise.
But honestly, that's also why, like, I get so fucked up by characters so quickly. Like, I don't again, I keep going back to the fact that Junpei gave me a fucking heart attack from Jujutsu Kaisen. One scene, I was like, "No, don't trust him. He does the worst. What are you doing, you poor child?"
Yeah, yeah. They had us going with him too, cause he was in the credit sequence,
The
wasn't he?
opening. Yeah, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna go to school and stuff."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You bastards." Oh, but speaking of Jujutsu Kaisen, this isn't really a spoiler because you know it's gonna happen all along, but at some point, Gojo fights Sukuna. Oh, that's a huge surprise. It's not. You knew it was gonna happen. But two funny things about
Oh,
it
it
is
has to happen.
they prep it like a
Oh,
cage match. So they're like, on
oh.
this day at this time, we're gonna fucking fight. And two, Gojo shows up cosplaying as Toji.
What?
Compression shirt, sweats with the rope belt, and jacked as shit. He gets thick.
Gojo. Oh,
It is
oh,
very satisfying. You have
oh,
that to look
Gojo.
forward to.
Oh, Gojo. Gojo does it for me. He's so fucking goofy. He does it. He does it. He does it for me. He does it for me a lot.
And the fact that he got jacked specifically to troll is very much him.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't tell you why he showed up like that because it's a spoiler, but
Okay,
just know that he showed up like that because he's a troll.
okay. Okay.
I like okay, so we are probably going to run through Jujutsu Kaisen when it comes out, but I really want to watch it with you as well because I I need to see your reactions. You better text me when you're watching it. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, when I'm watching the second season of Jujutsu
Yes.
Kaisen?
Yes.
Oh, are you already watching it?
No, we're waiting for it to be
Okay,
out.
we're waiting for it. Yeah. Well, I figured we would watch it together. Like it might be
I
one of
mean,
those things we
fair.
watch together.
Though
We got a little
I
while.
already I already have two that I'm waffling between for the next show after we finish
Oh,
Samurai
okay.
Champloo. I'm gonna let you decide whether you want to be slightly sad or extremely anxious. So
Oh shit. Sad or anxious? Oh my god. I have to
so
really
think
think
about
about that one. That
yeah,
sounds fun.
yeah.
That sounds fun.
Both of them are excellent. It's just one is a little melancholy, and the other is uh, I had to stop watching it because I got too anxious. So, um, but speaking of Samurai Champloo, I kind of got yelled at.
By who? Was it
Ron.
Ron?
You knew.
I can imagine yelling at you for that.
He was like,
For
"You
whatever
haven't
reason.
seen it? Fucking what? No, we watched it together." I'm like, "Ron, do the math. When did it come out?" And he was like, 2005, 2006. I was in California. He was like, "Oh, I could have sworn you were there with me and Adam and Sean watching that shit." And I was like, "I guess I left an impression."
It's something when people recall you as shit you were never at, like when they rewrite
Yes.
history,
It happens
because
a
it's
lot to
like
me for some reason.
It would have happened. If I would have known you then at this point, then yeah, it totally would have happened. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
think it's
so
also we really only knew each other for, like, a year and a half before I left because we knew each other like, from I wanna say, like, March of 2000, and then I left for California in 2003 in January. So, like, we didn't know each other for very long, but we, like, literally hung out every day for for
ah,
that short amount of time. So, I guess
mhm,
I may have left an impression a bit.
mhm.
Um, yeah. Yeah, anyway, but he told me that, Nujabes, the, musician who does a lot of the soundtrack for, they're
Mhm.
dead. They're dead, and I'm sad now.
Oh.
Yeah, he said they died in, like, 2012, 2015, something like that,
Oh.
of cancer, and I was like, "That sucks."
Oh man. Mm.
Mm.
That reminds me, I gotta go get a mammogram.
I had my first one this year, it sucked. It
What
was
was
even
it
the
like? Did
digital
they
kind.
really like smash you like a pancake?
So, the first time, no, but I had to go back again because they found a spot, and because they didn't have a history of my boobs and where the spots were supposed to be, they had to, like, double down and ultra squish the one and then, like,
Oh,
do, like, an ultrasound of it too just to doubly make sure, and it's like, "No, I just have cysts and fatty deposits, it's fine."
okay.
Um, so I'm fine, but it was very uncomfortable the second time. The first time, they only squished a little bit because they wanted to just get a general idea of what my
Mhm.
boobs were gonna do. So it wasn't that bad. It was a little cold, but it wasn't like but actually, I think they warm it up now because it wasn't as cold as I was
Oh,
expecting
that's
it to
great.
be. Yeah, it was kinda comfortable, actually.
Yeah, I have to call Stanford Medical. Like they refer out somewhere
Mhm,
with my insurance. So I'm supposed to go to Stanford Medical, which is a drive from where I am. And my anxiety has become so bad that it's hard for me to drive myself. So I need to have one of my roommates
mhm.
drive me. But yeah, I need to get the tits squished.
The tit squish.
We are of age.
Yes. Yes, the boob mash. I It's fine. It'll be fine. It's not that bad.
Okay.
It's not that bad, I promise. You know, I have
So we
biggins, so
have so yes, it's okay. I'm telling them that it's gonna be okay.
it'll be fine, I promise.
So what else is going on? Because I think you went to a convention too, didn't
I
you?
did. Oh, no, I'm not remotely done. There's a ton of other stuff
Oh,
going
go
on.
for it. Go for
So
it.
we're good. Yeah, I did go to the Godzilla convention, and that was super fun. I made a painting for Erica's kid, and he loved it, but apparently I got the green wrong on the Death of Tor. Erica's husband told me
Oh
later, and I was
no.
like, "Honestly, though, good for him." He was like, "Yeah, the green's wrong, but I still like it."
This is this child is gonna be an artiste.
Right? He's going places, that's all I can say. Erica had to, like, twist his arm to get me a signed copy of his book that he made last year because his style
Uh-huh.
had changed and he was embarrassed by his old style, and I'm like, "I understand. I understand what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're
Little
putting
boy with big
down."
problems.
Like, he is a mature 6 now. He is not paying attention to what his silly 5-year-old self was doing. He has moved beyond it.
He's like, I'm in a whole new era. A sixth of my life. A sixth of my life. I've been progress. Progress. For us it's like 10 years ago we were embarrassed by some what, I'm not really embarrassed about some of the shit I did 10 years ago. I admit they were mistakes, but mistakes were made.
Look, I'm embarrassed about shit I said a month ago. But, like, I fully understood that. I was like, "I just want it for posterity, for when you get famous, and you're gonna sign it for me for when you get famous. So that was really fun. I got some good pictures. We got to watch some movies. I finally saw Shin
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla, and Shin Godzilla is really interesting, and here's why I
Mm.
recommend you watch it immediately. So, Shin
Mm.
Godzilla is a Godzilla that was made, I want to say mid 2010s, somewhere about there. It's not like recent, but it's recent enough.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, the two guys who made it worked on Evangelion.
Oh, okay. Interest peaked.
Yeah. So not only are the effects like next level good, um,
Mm-hmm.
they actually accurately portray how the government would respond to to a monster created disaster.
All right.
I found it
All
fascinating. I
right.
really enjoyed it. But uh, a full warning on that one: the actor who plays Shimura is distractingly handsome. He's like a
Oh my
side
God.
character that, like, is not in a lot of scenes, which is good because I wouldn't have been able to pay attention to the fucking movie otherwise.
Oh,
But seriously,
I love
every
it.
time he showed up, he just ate the entire screen, and I could not pay attention to anything else but his face. So I have no idea what was happening in any of the scenes he was in.
Oh my God. Speaking of like shit taking over and someone being hot. Okay, so I never really, this might throw some people off, but like I've heard of BTS, but I was never really into too much of their music.
Mhm, mhm.
But then one of them, is it Jungkook?
Oh, you're talking about the song about fucking.
Yes, yes. But it wasn't, the song is catchy. The song is
It
catchy.
is, it's
But it
very
wasn't
catchy.
until I saw the video where I was like,
Mm,
this motherfucker's goofy as fuck. Not the
yeah.
dance video. The other video where he's basically like annoying the shit out of this one girl. Like disasters are happening the entire time around them. And he's just trying to get some. And she's like, would you leave me alone? But his ass had some Gojo goofy energy, and I was like, okay, you hot.
Yeah.
You are annoying, therefore I find you attractive.
His, uh his nickname is Cookie
Mm-hmm.
because of Jungkook. Um,
Oh yeah, I get it.
yeah. I'm familiar with BTS. I never, like, got really into them because I prefer the bands that go super hard all the time, and they got too many ballads for me, that's all, but
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, no, he's ridiculously handsome.
So handsome. And from that music video, goofy. And that's a combination.
That
That's a
sold
KO
you.
combination for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Handsome and goofy. Ugh. You could get it. You could get it. You could have it. It's here. It's here for you whenever you want to wonder by. Anytime I see, ooh, okay, so I have seen the opening for Jujutsu Kaisen season 2.
Right! Oh my god.
Oh, that whole sequence with him and Ghetto. Is it Ghetto?
It's ghetto, yeah.
Ghetto.
Ghetto.
Um, like fighting in tandem is like, oh, it's like I could see, y'all are in
Honestly, yeah.
sync.
Based on the comic, their energy together is so chaotic
I love
because
it.
Ghetto's one of those where he, like, plays the straight man a little bit, but he's also devious. So, he's,
Mm-hmm.
like, secretly in on every one of Gojo's jokes, and
Yes.
Gojo's just full ham all the time because he's a clown.
Yes.
And but that's why they, like, get along so well is because it's like they have kind of almost a rivalry with that too because they're both super powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because as you could see from the movie, Ghetto's actual power was to be able to absorb and reuse
Reserve, yeah.
curses, which is like an insane power. Um, but yeah, that my only worry about waiting is that you're going to get spoiled. because the
You know
internet
what?
doesn't give a shit.
The internet doesn't give a shit. You are correct. Um, and even if I get a little spoiled, it'll be fine. Um,
Yeah, but
there are already people.
the spoilers are gonna be bad.
Okay, okay. You know what? I will brush past Jujutsu Kaisen content. When I because the way I would be spoiled for me would be on Instagram.
Yes.
So I will brush by Jujutsu Kaisen Instagrams as soon as I
I
see.
will keep you sated by curating stuff that will not spoil you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I will wait for you to supply me with my Jujutsu Kaisen
But yeah,
fixes.
once the Shibuya arc starts, the internet is going to lose its goddamn mind because that entire thing does not stop at all. It starts hard, it ends hard. Like there are people, yeah, it's rough. It is a rough fucking ride, and you oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I only
uh,
thing I saw that was, and I think I sent it to you, was on Instagram where someone was like, "Oh yeah, I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh yeah, we're on season 2," and someone comes in with a care bundle,
mhm.
and they're like, "Here, you're gonna need this."
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
like the
With
anime
the
watchers versus the
tissues.
people who read the manga, and a
Yeah.
pillow, and a
Here,
blanket,
here's
and
a pillow to
food.
scream into. Here's some popcorn. Here's some tissues. You are going to need them. Ice cream for the crying. Yeah, no, it's rough. And it's also going to be very confusing because you find out why Yuji is the way he is as well. And his
Mhm.
that it's intent. The whole thing is eh, I might start crying if I think about it too hard.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's how intense the Shibuya arc is. The Shibuya incident is like literally, it's one of the most intense things I've ever read in manga form. I'm just going to put it that way.
All right. All right. Cool. 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 I might go ahead and read it after I'm done with because I started reading Demon Slayer. So I might.
I want to read Demon Slayer too. Where are you? Where'd
I'm
you get
really
to?
close to the beginning because I decided to start at the very beginning. So I
Same.
think I'm only like 4 or 5 chapters in. I'm really at the
Oh,
beginning.
yeah. I started at the beginning the other day and read up to
You're gonna say
the
20 something, 30. Are you gonna go 40? What are you gonna go? 50?
I
How
don't
high?
know
How
the
high to be flying to the sun?
I don't know. I don't know the exact number. I'll text you later, but
Okay.
it's the part where he meets Muzan for the first time, and then
Oh,
he gets
okay.
attacked. So he's about to be
Mhm.
attacked by the two um the hand guy and the ball girl
Mhm.
from that one. So I'm at that part.
Okay,
Um
cool.
but yeah,
I'm not that far away. I've made it through the training arc and he's going to he's gone to the place where the girls are disappearing
mm,
because of the one who was stealing the hairpins after he
yeah,
snatched them.
yeah. Okay.
So I'll catch up a little bit tonight
Hairpins after he snapped. Oh,
since I'm
yes,
not going to
that
be
one.
playing Stardew Valley.
That
Yeah.
one. I got that.
Yeah.
Cool. Um, I'm a couple of chapters past that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, you are.
Just a couple, maybe 10.
Just a
I
few.
don't know.
Just
It's
a little
fine.
bit. Just a little bit.
Just
Just a touch.
a tad. I know how to moderate my reading speed. It's totally
Uh,
fine.
uh,
It's normal. um, other things though. I watched a bunch of really fun light things as well. So Zach got me cued into this one called Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun, and it is super cute. It is like it's akin like I got Kyokara Mao vibes off of it because of its severe cuteness, and the main character is has this blue hair. He's basically he's a human that gets isekai'd into a demon world. And his parents sold him to a demon for money. And he'd been
Oh,
working
wait a
his
second. And he
whole
goes to the school?
Yes. Yeah, and he'd never been able to
Yeah.
go before. While that premise
Yeah.
sounds bad, it's actually adorable, and I love Grandpa so much and how he runs around going, "Eat him a coon," and I'm like, "Yes, this is super cute." It's an adorable palate cleanser, and the opening is it's super it's a bop, like, it's super
Mm-hmm.
catchy for no reason. Um, I do recommend that one, but, like, it's one of those that, like, it's not you don't get super invested in, it's just super fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we also watched, uh, My Love Story with Yamada at level 999, and oh
Uh-huh.
my god, it's so good. It's
All
like
right.
oh, we also watched Wotakoi. We have been running through anime.
I guess.
Wotakoi is always good. So, like, that was one that I wanted to show Kurt, and he enjoyed it. And then he picked the My Love Story with Yamada at level 100. But for some reason, Crunchyroll like messed up episode 1. I'd already seen it, so I like explained to him what was in it, and then we started with episode 2, and it was fine.
How'd
But
they mess up an episode?
it kept blacking out. Like, it would black out every 5 seconds. Just the screen would go black for no reason.
Oh.
And I looked it up, and it had to do with somehow it was downloading, or I think it had to do with the fact that it was in the app for Xbox, because I
Yeah.
watch it on Xbox instead of to get it on the TV, because for some reason my TV doesn't have a Crunchyroll app, which makes no sense.
And you can you cast to it?
I mean, I can, but it's a pain in the butt to do it that way when I could just use the Xbox, which is what I usually do. Plus, I watch it at night a lot, and I can do headphones in my controller so that I'm not causing a
Ah,
lot of
yeah.
noise. So, yeah. That covers the anime I watched, though. That was most of it. Actually,
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
that was all of it. Um, I still haven't been able to finish Prison School. It's giving me anxiety for some reason.
Oh, I'm
Like,
so sorry.
I don't want him to get caught. Like, he's out doing like on the one hand, like, I
He's
don't
out on
like
his
any of the
date?
characters. Yeah, he's out on his date for the sumo thing, and I'm, like, nervous that he's not gonna get bro his figures because he's unreliable. So
Yeah,
and I'm worried
yes.
about that because, like, the guy fucking crapped his pants so that he could get these figures,
Yes,
and
literally crapped his pants.
so, like, I feel bad for
Yeah.
like, "No, go get him his figures, and now you're sick because you ate too much, you dumbass, what are you doing?"
Mhm.
So I couldn't even finish the episode. I was like, "No, I'm too uncomfortable." See, but maybe that's my problem because I see them as people. I'm like, "Why are you fucking your friend over when he did all that for you?"
Yes. I most definitely get it. And the but I remember that one being so ridiculous. Like I kind of binge watched it because
Mhm.
it was so fucking ridiculous. I was like, "Oh my god, what's gonna happen?" No, that can't happen. That's just out of bounds. And then it would happen, and yeah,
I mean, I
like
like all the
the
ridiculous shit, but at the same time, like, does he
Mhm.
get the figures? Just tell me, does he get the figures?
Do you really want to
Tell
know?
me. Tell me or I'm not gonna
Yeah,
finish it.
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes, he
okay.
gets the figures.
I don't care if he fucks up
Yes,
his date as long as he gets those figures for that nerdy fuck that is his best friend. So, okay,
yes, he gets
I'll
the
finish it. Now that
figures.
I know that he gets the figures, I will
He
continue
does
because
indeed.
that's literally the thing that was, like, causing me because I'm like, "He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. He's unreliable. He's too into this girl. It's not gonna happen." But knowing that, I'll be okay. I'll be
Yeah,
okay.
yes, he gets them. He gets them.
See, and this is why it's important for us to stagger some things that we watch so that we're not on
Mhm.
because
We're not
different
both
thi
like,
yeah,
"Ah!"
yeah, and the thing is, like, different things make each of us anxious. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's also helpful because, like you said, you weren't anxious at all about that, and then, like, season 1 through 3 of Demon Slayer didn't make me anxious at all, so
Oh my God. Oh
meanwhile,
my God.
you're like, "Hold my hand. This is gonna be bad."
Oh my God. I was like, they better not die. They better not die. Oh, speaking of Demon Slayer,
Mm,
my boy Zenitsu. I've been reading more. I've been like,
uh-huh.
cause I'm
Oh,
a Zenitsu fan,
yes.
and like they talk about how powerful Zenitsu would be if
Mhm.
he was actually awake.
Yes.
like, oh my God, oh my God. I'm just saying. And for some reason, all of the I don't know if it's a cultural thing. I have no idea. But like Zenitsu is like everybody's little baby. Like
Mhm.
if you ask black femmes which character they like, it's like Zenitsu's my baby. And I'm like, it is a cultural thing with Zenitsu. Like Zenitsu is
Okay.
our collective child. Um and we will love and protect Zenitsu. We just don't
The
take care of
precious
Zenitsu.
bean, the precious
The
lightning
precious
bean.
bean. The precious lightning bean. And also like because everywhere I went to buy this Zenitsu bonnet,
Mhm.
fucking sold out. Sold out. So I got a Nezuko one instead. Like it's in the
It's cute
laundry
as
right
hell,
now to
though.
just
It
show.
is cute as
It is.
hell.
It's super cute. It's super cute. So I have the Nezuko one, but I really am if anybody finds a Zenitsu satin lined bonnet, let me know because I need one in my
I
life.
was like, that sounds like a challenge to me. Sounds challenge accepted. I'll find
And
one.
I've seen some ones that are like the monocolor, but I want the one with the ombre, like his jacket has
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
ombre from yellow to orange. So I'm just again taking my time to be like, we love Zenitsu in this house. We stand Zenitsu. We stand Sleepy Zoo. Um, he
I will
is
say I actually
such
have
a
more
precious little
plans.
kumquat.
I have more plans for art involving him. Basically, I'm
Oh,
paying attention to because one of my other friends is also a big Zenitsu dude. He's like, Zenitsu's my guy. If you catch up on the manga, he gets super badass later on. And I'm like, well, he's super badass when he's like asleep. And he's like, no, no, you don't understand. He wakes up and is super badass. And I was like, so, I had already decided that once yeah, that once I get beyond because I've had so much fun doing this fan art of the show stuff, and I wanna practice that style more because I feel like when I try to do that style with my own stuff, it doesn't really work. So, like, a lot of the stuff I've been doing lately, I've gone back to, like, pencil style, and then I'm going more into
mm-hmm.
inking style next, but I wanna practice more, like, of the actual anime style, but with anime characters. So I'm gonna find scenes in the comic as I read the comic that I wanna redo in anime style that are only comic style right now. Um,
Mm,
so I think I'll have some later on, and he was like, "If you make it, I'll make it my profile picture." I'm like, "Fine, I'll send you one, bro."
nice, nice. Oh, also wanted to say that Bertha said if you draw as a picture of yourself as Inosuke, for reference, Bertha will make you an Inosuke cosplay.
I don't know if I'd wanna cosplay Inosuke.
Who would
I'm
you want to
actually
cosplay?
I'm actually leaning Muichiro now because I really,
Ooh,
really
that
like
would be
Muichiro.
cool.
That wig is gonna be
Well,
hard, though. Ombre
actually,
wigs are
I've been
hard.
watching how to do the wigs with wefts
Ooh.
and adding them onto other wigs. So yeah, so I've been learning how, like looking online to learn how to make a wig because I'm not finding the wig that I want to cosplay as
Mhm.
Nitsu. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to make it. I'm gonna have to find some kinky hair in white and like dye the hair and then create two strand twists and then crochet that bitch together myself. Like that is what's gonna happen. But I will have my Zenitsu wig,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
gonna
gonna be
be
amazing when you do it.
perfect.
Let me think about it more,
Hmm.
and I'll decide who I would want to do from Demon Slayer because I like a lot of the characters now. Because
Right.
I also think a femgen, like a femmed up
Yeah.
tengen, would be super fun too. Though a
Yeah.
lot of people do it with a kunoichi, and I would want to do it with the actual uniform, just like titties out.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
like the full, because I really like that style of pant. Like I
Mhm.
really like that style of pant. So we'll see what I can do. But like
Awesome.
arms out, like I'll get buff to do arms out.
Like, I'm gonna get
Spongy
buff.
bitches, yeah. Um, um, but yeah. Oh, I found one. Here, let me send it to you.
Oh, thank you. You found the bonnet?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Because where I've been finding it's like been sold out. The bonnet has been sold out. The do rag has been sold out. I'm like, damn, y'all are really into Zenitsu, but all the other ones are there. Tanjiro is there. Like, you know, everybody else is there except for Zenitsu.
Yep, I found it.
And it makes
I'll
me
get it.
sad. Send me
Uh,
the link when you have it so I can look at it. So what have I been?
oh, I'm
I
not
have
done
been
yet.
watching. Okay.
I haven't gotten to the manga yet because I've been reading a lot too. And there are two
Okay.
that I wanted to tell you about, and one is it's a horror BL
Uh huh.
called the summer that Hikaru died,
I think
and
that one's on my list.
it is amazing. I'm
I think I
so
started reading
mad
it. Oh my god, it's
that
so fucked up.
isn't it? It's so good. The art. Oh, the art is so good. And they leave you with a cliffhanger and the next book doesn't come out till October. I'm angry about it.
Yeah, let me
But
double
like
check that
it's
one.
so good.
Where were you reading it on?
Oh, I just bought the book.
Oh, you just bought the book?
Yeah.
Because I believe either I started reading it, or because sometimes I get like manga and stuff recommendations from off of YouTube,
Mhm.
and they were talking about it. I think, and that's how I started looking at it, and it was so
Yeah, no,
fucked up.
everybody's been talking about it, but like it's so good. It's like the art is literally next level good. It's it caught me like immediately and I couldn't stop reading it. Um so that one is extremely good. And then there's another one. I'm just checking the name really quick, but I read this one like I'm like a consuming machine. I've managed to like read and watch all this shit while making art nonstop, and I just haven't been sleeping. I've been going
Mm,
to bed at like
you
3
need to
a.m. every
sleep,
night
friend.
and
You
getting
need to
up
sleep.
at 9. The Gen-
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out like where to read it because I must not have read it. I must have just only heard about it.
The other
But
one
they
is
did a
called
breakdown.
A Gentle Noble's Vacation Recommendation.
Hmm. It
And I
sounds sweet.
it 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 is. It's a very relaxing read. And I got it because it felt gay, and I was correct. It is gay, but it's gay in the way that um My Next Life as a Villainess is gay. As in
Mm-hmm.
it's not a BL, it's just everyone falls in love with the main character. Like, literally every single person he
Mm-hmm.
meets is like, "You are the perfect person, please marry me," and he's just like,
Mm-hmm.
"Let's go on an adventure together," and
Mm-hmm.
it's an isekai where he is isekai'd from a different fantasy world into a new fantasy world. And the new fantasy world is kind of like his old world, but he was an
Mm-hmm.
administrator to a king, and he is actually in love with his king, so he misses his king, but he's like, "This is a vacation. So I'm gonna become an adventurer because I've always wanted to be an adventurer." And then, like, he just finds people to go on adventures with, and, like,
Aww.
everybody loves him because he's super sweet and nice and, like, it's super fun. Like it's it's a very like not really slice of lifey, but kind of slice of lifey where they
Mm-hmm.
just kind of go around an adventure. There's no high stakes. It's
Mm-hmm.
just, hey, we're going to this dungeon. This is nice. We got this dungeon reward. Oh, it's worth a lot? Cool.
It sounds
I don't
cute.
have to do a specific job. Awesome. I love this. Um, okay, now I'm done. Go ahead. Tell me everything.
Oh, well, there hasn't been that much for me because I've been writing my book, which I'm gonna get back to after taking a week vacation from it. But I've been writing a lot. So, but what I've watched Yuri on Ice 3 times.
I was gonna say you've
Uh,
watched a lot because you told me you watched Yuri on Ice and then you watched it again. And honestly, it's so good. I don't blame you. It's so good.
I I love it. There's some. What I don't love about it is like there's this body shaming in the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Um, I don't like that, but I did love the whole thing. I started watching the case files of Jeweler Richard.
Yeah.
And that one is turning out hella cute. I'm
Yeah, it's
watching Samurai
adorable.
Champloo with you. Revolutionary Girl Utena. I stopped watching Riro and Kenshin.
Rurouni Kenshin. Because I
Rurouni
warned
Kenshin
you. I'm glad I
because you
warned you
warned
early enough
me
that you weren't into it.
that the sad thing is I would have gotten into it. I could tell from the first
Yeah.
episode, and also I watched a few of the episodes before this current reboot, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah.
I also watched Saint Cecilia and Pastor Stevens
I
or
need to
something
make
like
sure that's
that.
on my list because
Like it's
that
super cute. It just started. Saint. Let me make sure I have it. Saint Cecilia and Pastor Lawrence. And that one has been super cute. It just started. I'm so mad because I'm like, why do I keep picking these fucking animes that are running real time? Like, why haven't I picked one that is running later? But it is super cute. It takes place in this really cute town. There's saints, which I don't know much about yet because we don't know much yet because we're watching the anime, not reading the manga.
I
I
was
can't
like,
just read
it
it.
is only 2 episodes in. I'm
Only
gonna
two
wait on
episodes.
that one, but
Yeah,
that
wait on
does
it.
look
Wait
cute.
on
I
it.
just added it.
But she is super sweet. She's like a saint, so she has powers, and her job is to protect the town, and Pastor Lawrence's job is to protect her. And she's in love with the pastor, and he can't see it at all. And he's just like, "You're a saint, and I revere you, and you're also so lazy. How is that possible?" And she's just like, "I love you. Just be with me forever and ever and ever." But he's completely oblivious. So I've loved that. And what else? Yeah, basically I've been like comforting myself with Yuri on Ice. I think I'm going to watch this week. Oh, and the last episode of Demon Slayer like
Oh,
has
just
has
on
also
repeat.
been on has also been on repeat. Has also been on repeat just to hear that bitch say, "Ohio, Ohio,
よかったね。
Yokata."
よかったね。よかった。あ
just,
あ。
just, just for that, just for that, like that has been on repeat for me. Um, and what have I been reading? I started reading the one you sent me, "Love Me for Who I Am." I read the first volume. I started the second volume. It is, it is so. It's like part of me is like, it's beautiful watching this person figure out how they want to define themselves.
Mhm.
And also, it's really rough because that's a rough process.
Yeah.
And not only is this one person trying to define themselves, but they're trying to also define themselves. Everyone around them is figuring
Mhm.
out how they define themselves and figuring out that you can define yourself a certain way and still be friends with people who define themselves differently.
Mhm.
And you could present in so many different ways, and one of them is like trying to define themselves, well, in his case himself, living as a girl so that he can be with a boy that he wants, but he doesn't identify necessarily as a girl. He just wants to be like someone who the other person would love. um so like there's so
Yeah.
many different stories and nuances, and like it's just, yeah, you could tell it was written by someone queer, someone who has questions of themselves and gender and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
And
And
the thing is,
so,
like, when they have the author notes at the end,
mhm,
they don't have it in the first issue, but, like, in issue, like, 3 or 4 or something, the author actually talks about their process, and she's like, "I did extensive research on this topic to ensure that I was handling it with as much care as possible," and you
mhm,
can tell every character is fully fleshed out. Like you said, they have their
yeah,
own stories, they're living in their own world, they have their own ideals of what they wanna do. Like, one of the guys at the cafe just likes dressing up. Like,
mhm,
he's not queer at all, he just loves dressing up, and that's
yeah.
great.
And
It's
he loves cute clothes. He's
Yeah,
like, this
exactly.
is cute.
This
This
is
is
adorable.
adorable.
He designs their outfits for events and for, like, the summer and stuff like that, and, like, they make them together like they're going to cosplay. It's so cute. It's
Mhm,
so cute, but it's also so rough
mhm,
because if you've ever been through that journey, you're gonna recognize a lot of the stuff that happens, and while the ending is cathartic, it did make me cry a lot, so I'll just
mhm.
fully warn you on that. Like, issue 4 and 5 are really, really rough, but it ends good. I promise it ends good.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. So that's been about it for me. There has not been much for me at all because again, I've been writing and working on my book and making like new entries and writing new stuff because my editor basically is like, here you go, write a whole new book. And so I've been doing that, and I haven't had as much time to engage in anything else. And when I do engage in something, since I'm already sitting at my computer, it's been Stardew Valley.
Oh, okay. So how's that going?
Stardew Valley is, I love it on one hand, I hate it on the other. And one of the reasons that I love it is because it's like it's this little town with all these secret things, and they don't even show you how to play really. They just like toss you into this
They
world and you're
don't.
like,
They're just like, "Hey, guess what? You're in a town now." I started playing it and I'm like, "Should I just chop down trees? What am I doing?"
yeah. Basically, they're like, figure it the fuck out. So, um,
I mean,
like,
it's realistic. That's what would happen. They're
right?
like, "You live in a cabin in the woods now. Figure this shit out." "Oh,
Figure it
okay."
the fuck out. So I'm like, and then there's this other part of me that's like, you have to do this perfectly. But that's hard because I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing. And then there's the antisocial part of me that's like, I don't want to talk to anyone in the fucking town unless I have to. I like, and then they're like telling you you have to form friendships to get certain like discounts or learn certain things or trigger certain quests. And I'm just like, what? But the most recent thing I found is like Pierre has this fucking altar in his behind his store. Yeah, if you go into Pierre's, the general store, and like I kind you could kind of see it on the screen, but for some reason the older guy in the wheelchair was going through the door, and I followed him through because that's
Mhm.
how you could get in other people's places. Wait until they walk to the back and then go through the door after them.
Like,
Because it's like you
"Excuse
don't.
me, slip?"
you don't know so and so well, like da 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 da. You can't get into this room until you know them. I'm like, I'll just slip on in with the friend. But yeah, I sat there like I went. He has an altar. He has a whole ass. I'm like, is Pierre in a cult?
Maybe.
I'm tempted to look it up right now. Oh, like, okay, Google, is Pierre in Stardew Valley a cult master? Like, we're gonna see if it comes up. It did not come up. Google's like, we're sorry, we can't help you with that. Probably because I said the word cult. Anyway, I'm gonna look it up later. But fishing was hard. But
Ooh,
the more you
sounds good, yeah.
fishing is really fucking hard. But I got the training rod, and then I learned how to fish, and then I've been getting some purple items, but I've been like selling them because I'm like, well, gold is the highest thing, right? I'm wrong. Purple is. It's iridium. It's iridium level. So you want to keep your purple shit. But yeah, I want to play the game perfectly, which is why I hate it. Because I can't play it perfectly because I don't know what I'm doing. But I kind of love waking up every morning and being like, what plants came in last night? Do I have honey in my like bee jar? What about my taps? Are those doing good? Oh, I just threw some honey into the keg. What came out? Mead. Oh my gosh. Like stuff like that has been really really cool. And also I had to realize that they give you quests that you cannot possibly do at your level. Like they give you quests that you can't do without more information, but they don't tell you. They don't wait for you to catch up to the information. They're like, you've been in a town for less than a year, and they're like, bring me 100 bones, and you're like, fucking bones? Where the fuck am I supposed to get bones? But it's past level 60 in the mines, right? It's past level
Oh.
60 in the mines. So, and also your carrots, like, yeah, so you can't just go get bones in the beginning because these motherfuckers will murk you in these mines. Like, you don't have enough protective gear. Your sword isn't strong enough. Like, you don't have enough hit points yet. Like, all this other shit. But there's too much shit to do. Like, you can farm, you can, like, fish, you can go mining, you can make clothes, you can deal with animals, you can like cook. Like there's too much shit to do in this bitch. Um and
So
that makes
I found a
raises
rabbit
my
hole.
anxiety. You found a rabbit hole about Pierre?
So
Oh my god.
the shrine behind his store is apparently to the god Yoba, and it
Uh
was originally put into the game to charge a wand that allows you to return to the farm, but then they just
mhm.
made the return wand, so it doesn't really have a purpose now. But there is an entire Reddit thread called Pelican Town is a cult. Yeah, yeah, an entire thread of people just discussing how it absolutely is a cult.
Yeah,
The
no,
whole
it's
town.
just it feels right. It feels like it could be. It feels like it could be. It feels like it could be. It feels like it could be on some Midsummer shit. Like
Except they're fighting about who's the actual cult leader, if it's Pierre or Carolyn. So,
I think Pierre may want to be the cult leader, but he's this bitch. I sold this bitch some vegetables and he tried to sell them for 10 times the price.
of course he did. He's a store owner.
He just, but 10 times?
Yeah, he doesn't care.
And then he tried to sell them back to me for more he bought them for. I was like, you must be out your goddamn mind, Pierre. Pierre, you must be out your goddamn. So I'm playing it. I'm playing it on my computer and I'm
Mhm.
playing it on my phone. Two different games going at the same time.
Okay,
Like,
why
I
not?
am I am dreaming sometimes of Stardew Valley. Like it has infiltrated my dreams.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Like I go to sleep and I'm a farmer, which is hilarious because I don't really actually like the dirt. I appreciate it and I appreciate what it gives me. But like digging in the ground for me only happened once, and that was because I was in like Hawaii and it was raining and we were building a rock labyrinth for people to walk through with out of lava rocks that were
Mhm.
already there on the property. And I was in the dirt in the dark, like digging around for rocks to create this like labyrinth with one of my friends. And I was thinking, huh, this is odd. Normally I like hate digging around the dirt. And the more I dug around the dirt, like the sicker I became. I had to keep running out to go to the bathroom over and over again.
Hmm.
But I wasn't feeling sick. I just had to keep going to the bathroom. And I realized it was a gift. Like partway through, I'm like, oh, I'm clearing out the land and the land is clearing me out. Like literally.
Got it. Yeah.
So yeah, I had a lot of toxins coming out of my body in various different ways for that entire night. And emotions too at the same time. And I think it had to do with being on the mountain because we were on the big island. We had some people indigenous to the island do a welcome ceremony for us, so like we could feel like we were introduced to a land that wasn't ours respectfully. Like we went into the house
Mhm.
and sat at the altar and prayed before we ventured in further. Um, but yeah, but aside from that, I don't dig around in dirt. So, so to be a farmer in this game is wild to me. And it's summer, so I'm growing all kinds of plants. I've got corn, I've got sunflowers, I've got cranberries, I've got Do I have pumpkins yet? Yeah, I know it's summer. Is it summer or is it fall? I don't know. Anyway, I'm knocking bushes for berries, which is something they don't tell you to get. Anyway, I'm really into Stardew Valley. And I'm also at the point where I'm like, I'm just going to delete my game and start all over again because I know how to do it better now. But I'm trying not to. It's really testing me with my idea of what patience is and also perfection. So it's
Mm.
really fucking with those narratives for me because I'm
Yeah.
not a patient person. I want to have what I want to have now, even though I know it takes work. And I am
Yeah.
a perfectionist, so I want to make sure I do everything like perfectly. So my whole way that I've done my life has been around like productivity until I got sick. But I can see how deeply rooted that productivity and that perfection and that lack of patience is because it's really being tested by this
Mhm.
fucking game. Like, how am I having like real mental health breakthroughs because of fucking Stardew Valley? But that's what's
Honestly,
happening.
that's what's happening, though. Like, it's really
Mm-hmm.
interesting because media can be extremely cathartic to
Yeah.
the point that, like, you can unlock things within yourself you didn't even realize were there
Yeah.
by seeing a story unfold in a way you were not expecting.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, I started watching Violet Evergarden because you
Ooh, I
recommended it,
love that. Yes. Ooh,
and
ooh, how you doing? I'm sorry.
that is the correct response because I watched 2 episodes and I was sobbing in both. Like, what the hell? I'm like, "Just tell her he's dead. Fuck!"
Yeah. Violet Evergarden is beautiful. The animation is beautiful.
The
It's
animation is
rough as fuck.
gorgeous.
The
The
story is
songs are
like,
so good. The characters,
yeah.
I love them all.
And watch the movies too. Watch the movies
I
too.
I'm gonna
Like
watch everything, but that's why I keep
it's
going back because I like, God, that wrecked me. It didn't wreck
yeah.
me as hard as Banana Fish, but it wrecked me still.
Yeah, Violet
Fucking Banana
Evergarden
Fish.
is no joke. Like they deal with deep emotional trauma.
You coulda warned me.
I'm sorry.
You were just like, "Oh, it's a really pretty anime." I'm like, "Oh, okay,
It's a
cool. Oh, look, it's really
pretty
pretty." And then, like, 20 minutes in, I'm like, "I wanna die. What is
Yeah, 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 yeah. You are correct, my friend. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It is what it is.
Very
Um,
pretty anime about
it's
some fucked
very
up shit.
pretty. Yeah. No, like, I haven't been talking about the ones that I only watched a couple episodes in, then moved on because either I got bored or, I just, like I keep going back and forth with Bungo Stray Dogs because the animation is great and the voice
Mm-hmm.
actors are great, but, like, the episodes waffle between being absolutely ridiculous and soul crushing, and I can't, like,
Oh.
I can't pin it down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't pin down and, like, oh, like, it's very strange because, like, a lot of it is comedy, but what's not comedy is tragedy. There's, like, no in between.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no chill, 0 chill at all, um, with the characters and stuff, and I've also learned more about, like, the lore around it because the character
Mm-hmm.
of Dazai, who I said I liked because he was, like, weirdly suicidal, is actually written off of an actual person
Oh, wow.
who was a writer, uh in like the 1920s or something, and he frequented this bar, and the bar is featured in the show. And you can actually go visit the bar, and they have like Bungo Stray Dog memorabilia you can look at, which I found really interesting as well. But yeah, so I'm kind of on and off with that one because, like, on the one hand, yay, it's fun, and I really like the characters, and on the other hand, I don't always want to get wrecked every day. So if I don't
Yeah.
like, if I know something is gonna wreck me, I can go in with that expectation of, "Oh, I'm just gonna get fucked up. This is fine. This is I'm prepared. My soul is prepared. I'm ready for this." But, like, when it comes out of fucking nowhere, that's when it, like, gets me, and I'm like, "Oh, no. What's going on?"
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. But I've also started rereading Jurassic Park. And, I got a notice the other day that the movie's 30th anniversary is this year, and I'm like, "Jesus Christ."
What? No, somebody's math is wrong.
1993 was 30 years ago,
Oh my God.
and I was
Okay.
just like,
Oh my God.
"Yes." Yeah. Yeah, so that kind of blindsided me a little bit the other day. I was like, oh, shit."
Oh my God. I don't even know how to feel. Um, I read the books, and the books actually gave me nightmares, but not the raptor part that gave me nightmares.
It
Those
was the
little fucking
Dilophosaur.
ones.
Oh, the compies, really?
Yeah, the little ones gave me nightmare. The little ones gave me nightmares because they were talking in the book. I think either in the beginning or the end, but I think it was in the beginning. They talked about how these the little dinosaurs were escaping
Yes, and they
the
had
and
the
stealing
almost
babies out
cobra
of their
venom.
cribs and
Yep,
shit like
mhm,
yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, one of these motherfuckers is gonna come through my window at night and fuck my shit up. Like that.
They're like, "Oh, no,
That was the
they're
nightmare.
biting the babies' faces."
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
that's the part that gave me nightmares.
compies are pretty intense, and what's interesting, though, is so the first time I read the books,
Mhm.
um, was actually 2 years after the movie came out because
Mhm.
when the movie came out, I was 11. So
Mhm.
I saw it, but it scared me because I was 11, and then I saw it again because one of my friends in 6th grade said that it was her favorite movie or something, so we watched it together, and then I became obsessed. I became absolutely
Mhm.
obsessed. So I had to read the book. I had to. And mom said she was gonna read it with me because it was clearly outside of my age range.
Mhm.
And so I read it and she was like, "Yeah, okay, it's fine, whatever." Um, yeah, I'm getting a lot more out of it now because it's been at least 10 years since I last did a reread of it,
Mhm.
and, I'm doing it as an audiobook, so, like, while I'm going through my obsessive I have to draw all the time phase, I need to listen to something, and,
Mhm.
um, so that's what I've been doing. Though I've also been having, like, voicemail conversations with people because, like, I don't always wanna type, so we're just talking at each other, like, through messages, which is
Yeah,
very
like Marco
weird.
Polo without the Marco Polo.
Yes! Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weirdly fun, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I've been doing that with some people too. It's like I don't have the spoons to type or to read, and I don't want to necessarily call you.
Yeah,
So like, but I want to know what's going on with you, and I want you to know what's going on with me. So, and hearing each other's voice is nice, right? So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I started, like I was having 2 different conversations last night to the point that I had to stop drawing because I was too busy conversing.
Mhm.
I was, like, vaguely drawing while listening because, like, one of my friends so I think I was talking to Zach about character stuff or anime stuff, and then I was talking to, one of my other friends, about gossip because she was like, "Hey, do you wanna hear gossip about people you don't know?" I'm like, "Yes, of course I wanna hear gossip about people I don't know." So she started, like, telling me all of her family gossip, and I'm like, "Oh, this is good. This is like Maury Povich good. Please expound more." Um, so yeah, no, that's been really fun. But yeah, the rereading Jurassic Park is getting me like I'm gaining more from it than I did
Mhm.
as a kid. And I'm also noticing differences in it that I did not notice previously just due to being older. Because there are certain
Mm.
nuances to the ways that Grant acts that I did not notice before. Like the fact that he actually really likes kids and for some reason, they made it the opposite in the movie, which is the weirdest fucking thing to me.
That's terrible.
Like, why would they do that? He actually loves kids. He just doesn't know how to deal with them in that, like, awkward, "I've never had kids" way, but, like,
Mhm.
not in a, "Ew, kids," like they portrayed in the movie.
Yeah.
It's more like he would just, like, talk over Tim sometimes because he had actual questions for Doctor Wu instead of, you know, letting him talk more. He's like, "Oh,"
Mhm.
and from Tim's perspective, he's like, "Oh, I'm playing with a baby raptor and listening to Dr. Grant talk about stuff I don't understand," which is like,
And
"Oh,
also, wasn't the girl more of a badass in the book than she was in the movie?
she was younger." Tim is the older sibling in the book.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
something was switched. I'm like, something.
Yeah. So Lex was younger and obsessed with sports, but yeah, she doesn't give a shit. She, like, curses and stuff too.
Mhm.
She's like this 10-year-old dynamo. She's
Nice.
great. I love her actually. Um, she wasn't whiny like she was in the movie. In the movie, like, they made her whiny for
Yeah.
some reason, which I didn't understand, but, like, in the book, she's 10 in, like, a really
'Cause
scary
she's a
situation.
girl. They did that to her because she's a
Yeah.
girl. Because I remember reading the book and thinking, this bitch is a whole different flavor than she was in
Yeah.
the movie.
Mhm.
Because I saw the movie
Honestly,
first.
all of them are because
Mm.
they were combining characters.
Mm.
Because, like, Ellie is completely different too. Ellie is not just a paleobotanist, like, in the book, she's a full-on paleontologist as well. So she knows
Mm.
all this shit about dinosaurs, as well as knowing about plants because no one else bothers to know about plants, and plants are very important.
So they dumped her down for the movie.
Yes.
Mm.
Literally. Like, they
Mm.
they they have the hotel in the book that they don't have in the movie, and she literally points out the fact that they have poisonous plants next to the pool in the hotel, and she's like, "Did anybody consult a paleobotanist? Like, what the fuck are they doing?" And Grant's like, "Of course they didn't. This is a corporation, are you joking?"
Mhm.
Um, also, Malcolm is less annoying in the book. because he's not, like, super horny all the time. Like, he's not that in the book.
Mm-hmm.
They, like, really, really Rico Suaved him in the movie for some reason.
I just remember the only thing about it, like the movie that I can really, really remember is how they got Jeff Goldblum's shirt off.
Mhm.
Like, and he's just like sitting there in the back of the truck, wounded,
Yep.
looking like a god.
Yeah.
Um, uh, so yeah. And I remember watching it, like watching Earth Girls Are Easy after that and being
Mhm.
like, oh. Oh, well, we don't talk about Jeff Goldblum now because he stands for Woody Allen, which makes me so
Yeah.
sad.
He made a
So
choice,
sad.
and that is too bad. I'm also sad about it. But
Mhm.
as we went over on the Pantheacon episode, we pay attention to the choices that the people that we stan make and
Yep,
unstand them immediately.
and
It's
unstand.
it's not even a question. It's just like,
Mhm.
"Oh, you made a choice. Okay. Perhaps in the
Mhm.
future you can make a different choice, but for now that goes on the off button."
Yep. Whew.
Um, but
I
yeah,
also
no, I
traveled to Portland while we
Oh yeah,
were.
you did. What'd you guys do
Yeah, I was
there?
in Portland. We visited some friends. I slept as much as I could because like not many people knew I was coming at all.
Mhm.
There were Yeah, not many people knew we were coming. Even less people knew I was coming. I basically stayed inside in the air conditioner, slept, drank Portland water. Portland water is delicious.
Is it?
Like, it's so good. And where I live right now, like in Richmond,
Mhm.
California, there's like we live next to Chevron. So like our water is tainted, like
Eh.
heavily polluted.
I was gonna say San
But
Francisco water is really good.
oh, I'm not
Like, in the
getting that bay
city?
water. Yeah, I'm not get we ain't getting the water in the city. Yeah, I'm on the outskirts. I'm in the East Bay where they don't give a fuck about us. Here to remind you. Um, but yeah, but Portland had, oh my God, like anytime I drank the water, I was just like, this Portland water is the shit. So I really enjoy the water. I had a lot of great food while we were out there. Like the eating's good. I had fun visiting the people that came by to see Bertha Michelle. Like I didn't really see anyone like on my own.
Mhm.
Because I was so exhausted. Like I literally just went to take a break from writing. Um and because it was a family trip, Bertha and Michelle were going. So I'm like, I'll go with you. Like, and they're like, well, of course you're coming with us. Like, they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean you'll come with like
It's the
we're
household. The
taking
house is going.
we're yeah, it's family vacation, bitch, you family, so get in the car. Um so it was nice. The drive back we drove up the coast and it was a beautiful drive that had me clutching my pearls the entire way because it's very it's very curvy and the tops are trees and they're like, oh look the ocean, and I'm like, like I was so tense on some parts that I just fell asleep out of self-defense. So I understand Zenitsu, because I was like so
So
overwhelmed that I
self-defense
just
sleepy.
passed out for several
Yeah.
several hours on the trip. I would like open my eyes, I'd look and over to the side and there's the ocean, like, and the tops of trees. No, thank you, ma'am. I'm good. We're good. Oh, we're good. Okay. So So I just would sitting there passing the fuck out on and off, on and off, on and off. At one point, I was so scared because of the curvy road
Mhm.
that I started squealing and hanging on to the ocean. I was squealing. And it's not
Okay.
that like anyone was driving in any wild fashion, my anxiety level was just like, oh my God, we're not going to make it home. We're going to go off of this road. Where does the road end? Da 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 da. There's no guardrail here. But aside from that, it was beautiful. Beautiful. I just thought we weren't going to make it. That's all.
I understand. I actually, had a similar experience in reverse, and by in reverse,
Mm.
I mean, Kurt got to experience my Chicago driving when we went to Chicago,
Uh, 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 uh.
and there are several times he was clinging onto the side of the car, and I'm like, "This is how you gotta drive in Chicago. They will hit you."
Mhm.
And he's like, "I don't like it here." I'm like, "It's fine. That's why I'm driving. It's fine." But we
Mhm.
also got to go to Portillo's, and
Mhm. What's that?
it's a Chicago staple for hot dogs,
Mhm.
and I have not had a proper Chicago hot dog in over 10 years, and I almost cried
Mm.
because it's so good. Like, tomato slices, tons of relish, mustard, and a full-ass pickle on top. So good.
Nice.
And it was a veggie dog. I was like, "Y'all are branching out.
Mm.
I'm coming here every time because this is delicious and I want more."
Nice.
Like, to the point that I'm gonna make us drive up to Indianapolis to go to the Portillo's that's up there just because
Nice.
I want that hot dog again. It was and the
Mhm.
cheese fries, hot dog and cheese fries, Jesus Christ, it was delicious.
Mm.
I am I am I wanna take tomorrow off and go drive to Indianapolis to get me a fucking hot dog. He he had one of the, Chicago, they do a beef sandwich that is similar to, like, a Philly steak sandwich, but it's
Mhm.
not. It has a different like, it's hard to explain. It's Chicago specific way to do the the beef style sandwich. Usually, you get it with peppers on it, like spicy peppers, but he got it with just the beef. Anyway, he was like, "Well, the next time you go to Chicago, if you don't bring me this beef sandwich, I'm gonna be mad." I'm like, "All right, fine." I'm glad you like something. Um, yeah, we had a good time though.
That's good.
But I think I have him convinced that conventions are okay because we went to an anime convention this year, and then we went to the Godzilla convention, and we're gonna go to a Comic-Con, later.
Mhm.
The Cincinnati Con is in September, so we'll go then to that
Mm.
one.
Mhm.
And he's hinted that he's gonna surprise me with a cosplay, and I already know what he's gonna do because I he knows the characters I like, and the one
Uh-huh.
in the suit is the easiest to make.
Oh my god. Oh, that is adorable.
Right? And I'm like,
That is
"Oh,
adorable. He's gonna have to keep it on, you know.
I know. I am very
He's gonna have to
aware."
find that tie.
Right? I'm like, "Good luck. Good luck," because like, I was already planning on doing, like, because that's one of the cosplays I had planned for us was doing Tsunade and Jiraiya from Naruto,
Mhm.
because that's an easy one, and he loves the character of Jiraiya, so I knew that would be
Mhm.
an easy convincing, but, trying to get him to wear that wig is where it's gonna be a problem because that man has so
Mhm.
much hair in the anime. His wig is like it's like a lion mane. It's meant to look like a lion mane. It's that
Mhm.
much hair. Um, but I'm like, I figured, Nanami and Gojo would be easier, and I have a Gojo planned out where it's gonna be, like, all black suit with, like, a
Mhm.
black corset, but I'm gonna go titties out with it.
Nice.
But, like, the white
Nice.
hair, contacts, it's gonna be the whole thing, sunglasses.
Awesome.
Um, so I have that in my head planned, but I don't know like, I wasn't figuring out when I was gonna do it. Um, I'm also gonna get my, tattoo re-upped. I already
Mhm.
put in an appointment request with a design redux because I wanna take the symbol I have of Tsubasa and make it more brushwork-like, and
Mhm.
then, do a taski above it and a,
Mhm.
keroberos underneath, like, flying kind of.
Mm.
Super
Mhm.
cute, like, integrate because those are the 2 that I was integrating into that original tattoo anyway, and then from there, if I like the person's work, we can work on adding other characters, but I have it in my head that I want a little Inosuke boar-head right here on my left wrist,
Oh, that's gonna be so cute and painful.
like a little, like, just a little chibi, and
Mhm.
I don't know, like, I really want that. The one of him, like, looking absolutely insane with just the tiny little snout and, like, the huge
Uh-huh.
eyes. Super cute.
Mhm.
So, that's something that I was thinking of doing as well. I don't know, but, yeah. So, if you wanna get a matching one of
I
Zenitsu,
get a little Zenitsu.
a
Little
little
chibi
angry
Zenitsu.
face, yes.
Little
It
Zenitsu.
could be cute. It could be cute, that's all I'm
It
saying.
could be. It could be. It could be. I already have Zenitsu, like, stickered all over my laptop. Like, I have a sticker of him on his own where he's, like, doing that whole stance where he's asleep and he's about to, like, use his lightning strike with his fast movement that he does. And then I
Mhm.
have a chibi one where he's, like, it's a pile up. It's, like, Tanjiro on the bottom, and then he's in the middle crying, and then there's Inosuke on top of him, "Yeah, we're having fun," and Tanjiro's just at the bottom like, "I'm surrounded by my friends, and that's great." And then I have a then I have a black and white sticker of Zenitsu on the back of my computer where he's, like, just the steam breath is coming out of his mouth, like, so yeah, no, I love Zenitsu, it's so adorable, it's baby.
We
Oh, did you send me the link for the bonnet?
No, I got it for you.
Oh, shit, you got
I just bought it, it's fine. I'm having it sent to me, so I'm gonna gather some other things and send you a little care package with the bonnet in it, so
Oh, thank you, that's so sweet. Thank you, friend. Oh my god, I'm gonna sleep in that Zenitsu bonnet every night. I'll send pictures once I get it. I think I sent you a picture,
You did,
with
of the
me
Nezuko
holding the
one.
Nezuko and also holding my little Zenitsu that you got me.
If you
That's
wanna
my
take a look at it, it's from Cocoa Butter Bonnets.
cocoa butter bonnets. Cocoa butter. Shout out to cocoa butter bonnets. I haven't even come across cocoa butter bonnets in my look. In my look.
Yeah, she has a
My
bunch of
list.
other ones too.
Cocoa butter bonnets.
She has a Deadpool
BONN.
one that looks really cute.
Oh, Deadpool. Cocoa butter bonnets. Oh, look at that. Sort by. How do you even find it? So I'm looking at the homepage. It's like only one thing on the homepage. Let's see.
Um, if you just keep scrolling, you'll see, like, a bunch of them. Um,
Oh, I see the Zenitsu bonnet. Oh my god. It is now sold out.
'Cause I bought the last one. What? I must have lucked out. I must have lucked out because I got the
It is
confirmation
now
and
sold
everything.
out. It is now sold out. She even has a Beyonce bonnet.
The Tanjiro bonnet's really cute too. It's also sold out though.
Cocoa butter bonnets. Oh, now I see anime bonnets.
Yeah, I have the order confirmed. So I must have bought the last one for you.
Not the last one. I like this little cosplay for life bonnet. It just has cosplay, geek, all these other words on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
like a
there's a
lot of
Demon Slayer chibi bonnet.
yeah, I
All of
saw
them
that
are
one
on there.
too.
That's hella cute.
She also has, like,
A Naruto
Attack on
bonnet.
Titan bonnets too.
She does. Oh my god, she has a Sailor Moon one too. That one's sold out.
She has a different Sailor Moon one where it's like, Totoro with,
Mm.
Usagi and Luna.
Oh my god, these are so cute. She has oh, it's sold out. She had a Garnet one too from Steven Universe.
I think she's hand making these, and that's why there's,
She
like,
must be.
limited, um
Yeah, see, Tanjiro is sold out.
mhm.
Cute though. Oh my god, thank you so much. I'm gonna wear that bonnet. Enjoy. Enjoy. I'm gonna sleep every night yeah. Thank you. Thank you for fashionably saving my edges.
You're
And
welcome.
it'll just be great walking around conventions and a Zenitsu bonnet and like huge like gold hoops earrings. Like that's my
Yeah.
cosplay. Like and a black night dress. And be like, who are you? I'm Zenitsu, sleeping bitch, leave me alone.
Honestly,
Mhm.
casual cosplay is super fun. Like, when I did
Mhm.
Yuji for the anime con, like, it was literally just a sweater, and I got some of those, uh, tech joggers in black,
Mhm.
and I did my makeup a little bit and made sure that my pink was faded. That was
Mhm.
it. That was my Yuji, and I had a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Nobody
Yeah.
cared. I was just rocking what
Yeah.
I wanted to. Though it got
Yeah.
hot because it's a sweatshirt.
Mm. Mhm.
Got got a little hot, but, yeah. So, there wasn't really a topic today. We were just catching up for 2
We were
hours.
just catching up. But I know it has to be super late where you are because it's 8 o'clock where I am. So what is it, like 11
Yeah,
where you
it's
are?
11, and, like, I'm used to staying up till 2 or 3 normally, but this is when I start, like, winding down and doing my, you know, listen to a book
Yeah.
and draw or read manga
Yeah.
type of
So you
time.
should go do that, friend. Because we're gonna talk again on Saturday.
Yes, we will. So we'll have
Yeah.
I'll actually have topics for us on
All
Saturday.
right, cool,
But
cool.
I
But that
feel
it
like
was
we covered a lot of stuff regardless
we
because
did. We got caught up. We
we
totally
did.
got caught up. Ooh, I'm gonna watch something you recommended, not recommended, tonight. I'll figure out which one that's gonna be. There's so many choices. Or
I
I might watch a little bit of
what
what's it
is the full
called?
list? Can you tell me what the full list of what I've
Oh, can I say
recommended
it
but not
first? Let me go
recommended
back
that you're
to it.
going to?
Okay, let's see. Let me go to my
Because I feel
list.
like it's a lot.
There's a few on the list. Crunchy list. Let's see. Dre recommends, doesn't recommend. Okay, so we had talked about citrus. So citrus is on there.
Mhm,
This is also things that you have recommended to me to watch. So it's
mhm.
going to be a mixed list.
Okay.
We have on there Fushigi Yugi.
Yeah. Yeah, I I have feelings about that show, and I always tell people not to watch it, but God, the soundtrack is so good. It is
Mm-hmm.
everything. I don't know if I want us to watch that together or not. I feel like I want us
Which
to
one?
watch that
Fushigi Yugi?
together. Yeah. And then, like, we can ask Danny back on and Erica because I watched it with them in middle school, and we could, like, talk about
Okay.
feelings. I think that might be a good topic
Okay.
to have at some point.
So these are all. This is just 24 of 100 items. Where's the rest of it?
On the next page.
Wow.
Th
Maybe there's only.
there's
No, I
100
think
items?
no. Maybe it's like I can only have 100 items per list. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, that makes sense.
So this is all stuff you recommended, and then stuff you were like, So I've watched some of this.
Okay.
Spy Family is on there. That's a good
Excellent. Love
one.
that.
Citrus was when you recommended it to me.
Did I?
Um,
I thought you
yeah, because
recommended
it's
that to
on the
me.
list.
You've seen
I
Citrus,
thought you
haven't you?
recommended it to me. Yes, I've seen Citrus.
I was gonna
Have
say,
you
I
seen
haven't seen
Citrus?
Citrus, no. I've
Okay,
never seen it.
watch Citrus.
I will. It's on my list. It's already on my list.
Okay, Gravitation, which you said was gonna make me cry.
No, Gravitation okay, it might make you cry. That one is that unhinged BL with that, like, American manager who has, like, rocket launchers for no reason.
Okay,
That show is ridiculous, and I highly recommend it, but I don't recommend it at all because it has some trauma, and they
okay,
handle it
that's what I thought.
poorly.
My Dress Up Darling, which was hella cute.
Love that.
Natsumi Yujincho.
Natsume's Yujincho is, that is one I highly recommend. That one is one of my gentle boys making friends and solving problems shows,
Hmm.
a la Yotsuro Biori, that one. Um,
Yes.
it's very soft, but absolutely a banger. It's really, really good. And it's like 5 or 6 seasons too. Like, you have to watch them
Okay.
separately though, because different studios did season, like, 3 and 4 and 5, so they're all split
Hmm.
out in Crunchyroll. They're gonna have another season too. Apparently, they're gonna do, like, a season 6 or something, so I'm excited
Okay.
about that coming out.
Dance with Devils was on the
Oh my god, that fucking show.
that's on there. Vampire Night.
Yeah, that one's a fuckery of a show, but, I think you'll enjoy it. I wouldn't recommend it to most people, you will enjoy it.
That feels. And then this one was a cute one. Sudane. Like I watched the first season that you
Yes.
said that the next one is on High Dive.
Yeah, the season 2 is on High Dive, and it's still really
And
good.
these next two ones are supposed to be cute ones too. Kakurio, Bed and Breakfast for Spirits, and Comic Girls.
Yeah, both of those are really cute.
And then we have the one I forgot what it is Natsumi. Oh, you just went through that. Elegant Yokai Apartment Life, which is a cute one you said.
That one's another one of the gentle boys solving problems ones.
Yeah.
So,
New Game.
New Game is a cute girls doing cute things. It
Okay.
is adorable.
Magic Kyun Renaissance.
That is one of the reverse harem, otome game animes. It's the one where like, you have to do art to make magic, and the level of magic depends on how good your art is.
Wakaru Romance.
Oh god, that one. That one's the harem anime with, jousting.
Ah,
Walküre Romanze. I don't know
yes,
why they have it in,
Romance.
like, German, but whatever, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. And we've just added How Not to Summon a Demon Lord
Yeah, that one and
onto
Mushoku
that list.
Tensei, and, added back to the, cute girls doing cute things, gentle ones,
Okay.
Konohana Kitan.
Kono Hanakitan?
Yeah, it's about a fox girl who works at a yokai onsen.
Kono Kono Hanakitan.
Yep.
Okay, I added that to my cute list. I have a disturbed list too.
Okay.
On my disturbed list is another, which I think I started watching, but I can't remember. Higurashi, When They Cry, Tokyo Ghoul,
Okay.
School Days, and Death Parade.
God, Death Parade fucked me up. It's so good though.
Yeah, I haven't watched in a while, so I'm like, the Death Parade is a rewatch. And then I have a list called What? And on that list is Love Tyrant, Assassination Classroom, Hell Girl, Fourth Twilight, and Paranoia Agent. And I think
Okay.
those are recommendations that I got from YouTube. Um, and then I have another playlist list called Demons and Stuff. um,
But speaking of
and
YouTube, that reminds me, like, I
uh-huh.
saw this guy going through, he was like, tell me to read manga or tell me to read manhwa, and I'm gonna do it. And he was like, I'll do like 4 or 5 going through here. And okay, so these people did not care about this man, is all I'm saying. When they started with their
No.
recommendations, because they recommended killing stalking to him. Do you know what
Killing
that is?
Stalking. No.
Okay, so basically,
Is it Killing Stalking?
yeah, that is the name of the comic, and it is basically the most fucked up BL there is, other than The Warehouse. I refuse to read it. I will not expose myself to it because I know what it is. One of my
Mhm.
friends refused to ever read BL because that was her first one that she got recommended by people to read. And I'm like, oh, sweetie, no. Here is some quality content that is adorable. You need some cleansing in your life. Yeah,
You
so
need
they made this
healing.
man, they made this man read it. And like his reaction was that like slow violin looking out the window meme. Like they told me that it was, that meme. And then like he started going through another one and he had the same reaction to this comic called Blood Bank. And I was like, well, fuck, now I got to look this up because I actually want to see what that one is. And it was just a
Mhm.
normal BDSM vampire BL
Mhm.
smut. I'm like, this is
Smut.
this is this is
This is just
totally
regular
normal.
smut, you
Yeah, it's just
guys.
it's just it's just nor and then that's when I realized,
It's
oh
regular
fuck.
smut.
What do I consider?
Yeah. Yeah. What do you consider normal? What do you consider? Let me tell you. I understand that feeling because one time I had vanilla sex and I was like, it's so exotic. And one of my friends was like, girl, you just had regular sex without whip chains and someone choking you. Like that is become exotic for you, but that is pretty much standard for everyone else. Like for
That is
everyone
what
else, what are you used to?
Oh my god. Yeah, no. And that's when I was like, "Oh," looking at my normal everyday reading list. "Oh." And I also realized
Mhm.
that most people don't read at the volume that I read
Oh, you
because
get a lot of reading done.
yeah, I read like between 2 and 5 books a day, essentially, of
Yeah.
manga worth of comics.
Hey, sorry y'all. Something in my computer went a little wonky, so we got cut off, but we're back.
We had technical difficulties again, but that's okay. That happens sometimes. It is the
Mhm.
internet.
Yeah.
Electronics will do what electronics do.
What they
Uh,
fucking want.
yeah, I was just talking about reading too much anyway, and nobody needs to hear about that.
No, I love how much you read. Like, as soon as I'm done writing so much, I'm like, oh, you know what? I missed fucking reading. Fucking reading. I miss reading. So yeah, and I'm grateful whenever you recommend something, even if I'm not always able to get to it right away. Like I know tonight I was thinking, oh, what am I gonna do? And it's like, read the second volume of Love Me for Who I Am.
And that's a good plan. Um, actually, yeah, I'm gonna send you some more stuff when I send you the bonnet. So
More reading stuff. More reading.
expect more.
I'm gonna
I
have
have
to
a
open up a
stack
whole
over
new shelf.
there. Yeah, you'll have to, obviously. But for the sake of noodling, once we finish Samurai Champloo tomorrow, for the next week, think about I'll just tell you instead of keeping you in suspense. The two that I had picked out was either Given, because it is my favorite thing of all time. I don't know why, but I'm
Okay,
absolutely in
that's the
love
one
with
that's
that
gonna make
show.
me cry.
Or Tokyo Revengers, which is really intense, really intense. And
I
you've already seen it?
no, but I'm
Okay.
thinking Given.
Okay. Okay.
I'm thinking
I was hoping
Given.
you would pick it.
You talked. You said such good things about it. So yeah, Given. Given definitely.
Though I'm not going to watch Tokyo Revengers by myself, so we're going to watch it eventually.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just not. I'm not watching it by myself. I can't. My heart.
Okay. So we'll watch Given, and then I'll pick something, and then we'll
Yeah.
watch Tokyo Revengers. Yay!
And we'll watch Fushigi Yuki at some point, and we'll watch Jujutsu Kaisen together at some point. I was actually really
Yes.
happy when when you called me in a panic, wondering if Nanami was going to die in that one scene. Because I was
Oh,
like, yeah, we're watching it together for a bit, and we got to see the Toto scene together. That made me
yes.
really happy because
Yes.
I love that show so much.
It's an amazing show. The art is amazing. The action sequences amazing. I'm loving the story. I love hate them because I'm like, y'all, yeah, some people are really good at doing this where they build characters and they build character bonds, and then
Hmm.
they're like, we're going to build this bond just so that you care about them, and they may or may not live.
Deal with
Like,
it. Yeah,
but cuz
this is yeah.
they started us off with Ghetto being like we first get introduced to him in the anime as a bad guy, and then
Hmm.
you find out they went to school together, and you still want to hate this motherfucker, but like they went to school together, and there's these images of them like having fun together, and that opening sequence that like I'm just like, no, these dudes are besties, which I don't even know what happens yet. But
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm already mad. I'm already mad that this bruh, obviously something's going on because more than one person in the first season has stitches across their head. That makes me think a brain came out somewhere. Like, so like I am like, who is dude? What is dude about? Like what the fuck happened? Like, is it gonna fuck me up? Is it gonna fuck
It
me up?
is.
It's probably gonna
It
fuck
is.
me up.
The twist is pretty intense. Especially for Gojo, because well, I don't
They better leave my
I
baby daddy
wanna
alone.
tell you, but I don't wanna tell you because you've already pretty much figured it out, but, like, uh, yeah, I'm not going to. I'm gonna wanna
They
deal with
better.
these. But, yeah, it's a pretty intense twist, and there's, like, a twist on top of that twist that makes it more intense, and then there's, like, a
Okay.
side twist that makes it extra intense. It's a thing, it's a thing, it's a whole thing. And it all
Okay.
comes out in the Shibuya incident, so that's part of the fuckery that you can
Okay.
look forward to.
All right. I'm a chill out. I'm a chill out. I'm a chillax.
The mysteries are solved, let's put it that way.
Okay. All right. Unlike season 3 of Demon Slayer where they just kept adding shit on to mystery. It's like, why does your boy have hair like the animatron of the guy who was a very fast swordsman who obviously had something to do with
Yeah.
Tanjiro's family's past?
Honestly, though, I'm excited about getting to that part in the manga. I'm gonna get back to reading
Mhm.
that manga once I stop obsessively drawing all the time. Oh, who am I kidding? That's never gonna happen.
Oh, that's not gonna happen. Keep obsessively drawing. I love the fact that you're drawing again. I love it, love it, love it.
Yeah. And what's interesting to me is, like, my style is changing rapidly, like,
Mhm.
with haste, and I actually like that a lot.
Cool.
I don't think I sent you I'll send you the latest stuff that I did just so that you can see
Please
it
do.
also.
Please do. Mm. So, did you knock your shit over?
Yeah, I fidget with stuff. I fidgeted with it too hard and, like, tabled
Mm.
myself. Oopsie
Oh
doodles.
no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, oh. Oh, no. So I guess have fun with either some fucked up stuff or some more, Jeweler Richard tonight. Um,
Yeah, it might be the jeweler. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I'm guessing it might be something cozy because I want to be cozy right now. But also, this manga is so fucking good.
yeah.
So yeah, it just won't be Stardew Valley. I can't do the Stardew Valley dreams right now. Um, I can't. I can't. I can't.
You don't have to. It's not your job.
I
It's
can't.
fine.
I can't. All right, y'all. Well, Cart, is there anything that you would like to leave people with after this episode?
Yeah, if you're besties with someone, don't not talk to them for 3 weeks.
Really?
Otherwise, you'll be talking for, like, 4 hours because you need to. You need to. It's a need, it's
we
not a
we
want.
did good. I think we're under 2 hours and 30 minutes this episode. But this
We
was just a catch
are
up episode. We haven't even started talking on topics. Like
right, we
Saturday might be a
literally had
whole
no
nother.
topic. Yeah, we had no topic this time. I'll have topics
That was
for us
just us
next time.
catching up.
Yeah.
And I think my thing to leave people with has nothing to do with the episode or anything. But there's two things. No, I'm gonna stay with this thing. I'm gonna leave the other one for Saturday. But
Okay.
for today, I want to leave people with the um thing of take rest. It's important. Resting is important. Um, get out of town if you can, or burrow into your room, but like get rest. Um, and if you're doing something creative that you do that you love and it ends up also being a job, like it is for me with the writing, find ways to continue to find joy in it. Like my
Mhm.
writing, I stopped finding joy in my writing during this process, and now I'm finding it again. So find joy in your creative processes, because it's important, and take rest. So yeah, that's it for me. I am now finally not high, so it's time for me to get high again and go to bed.
That sounds like a plan. Burrow in, get cozy, have a cozy night.
I
Also
shall.
with the with the doing art thing, I realized that I don't know if I'll be able to take commissions ever because I have a very strong demand aversion. So the instant someone asks me to do something specific, I'm like, "No." But, like, if you just tell me a lot about a character you like or about about a plan to
Mhm.
cosplay or about, like, your own OCs, I will just draw fan art of them because I like the idea and give it to you. So it's like you're commissioning me, but
Oh Lord.
because like, a bunch of stuff that I've done recently has been, like, Zach's characters that he told me about, and I was just like, "I'm gonna make art of this," and he's like, "Can I
Mhm.
commission you?" I'm like, "No."
Like, no, don't ruin this.
I've got some juice going. Let me cook.
Let me just do my thing.
Anyway,
I love my
but
little Zenitsu.
yes, he's
That's gonna be
so
such a good
cute.
cosplay. It's
It
gonna be such a
will.
good cosplay.
You're gonna rock it 100%.
Mhm.
But I think we should probably get going for tonight so you can wind so we can both wind down before sleeping in 3 hours.
I know,
I
because
need a
I'm
lot of
starting to get
wind down
hyper
time,
again.
honestly. I need a lot of wind down time just
Me
because
too.
I
I'm probably not gonna fall asleep until like midnight.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's
we'll be
about
going to sleep
3
around the same
hours.
time. Yeah.
All right, friend. I love you very much. It's always a joy to talk with you and spend time with you.
Yes. Yes. Love you too. You have a good night.
You
And to
too.
all of our listeners, bye.
Bye.